Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, captivating, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What items are encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible, nifty box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify that answer to that inquiry right here, right now, so bear with me. It will only take me billions of picoseconds to extract the items from the box and subsequently flaunt them in front of the camera for you to feast your glorious eyes on. Here we go. The unboxing process is about to commence. The unboxing process is officially underway. By the way, this is the second part of my unboxing of the massive Mortal Kombat action figure lot. So you can witness the first part of unboxing if you so choose to. If not, then stay tuned for epicness, because I'm about to unbox the remnants of the lot. We have a plethora of Mortal Kombat figurines engulfed in bubble wrap. They're presently obscured by bubble wrap. We have a myriad of Mortal Kombat figurines encompassed within this plastic bag. As a gecko, we have the one and only revered, illustrious, legendary God of Thunder, who's known by the moniker of Raiden. Now, what are my gripes appertaining to this figurine? Well, his cape is marred with scuffs. Some of the paint has chipped off. What a drag, right? His hat cannot be removed, nor can his wardrobe. He has an aperture in the middle of his hand. Quite a shame, quite a pity, but there's nothing I can do to rectify the situation. He lacks finger joint articulation. He lacks an ankle pivot. He lacks a diaphragm joint. Nonetheless, he has a high quality sculpt. He has ample points of articulation. His knees and elbows are double jointed. I love his shadings, I love his hues, I love his aesthetics. He's unequivocally a high quality figurine for under $15. Do you love his novelties? Do you love his nitty gritty details? Would you deem this figurine to be meritorious, or would you deem him to be rubbish? It's up to you. It's subjective. But this figurine is embodiment of Raiden. He's adorned with epic attire, to say the least. His appearance truly emulates the appearance of Raiden for Mortal Kombat Deception. He can engage in battles against other Mortal Kombat characters. He can prevail against nearly anyone that opposes him. After all, he's a God of Thunder. He has physical prowess. He's strategical. He's wise. And he's divine. He has high quality deco. He has a high quality sculpt. His textures are high quality. His shadings are also visually appealing. Of course, this is my subjective, humble, personal opinion. Your sentiments appertaining to this figurine may be disparate from mine, and that's perfectly okay. You could detest and disdain this figurine, it doesn't matter to me. It's a personal gratification that I get out of it that matters. And that makes a difference in my finite life and in my human existence. Alrighty, let's move on. Alrighty, next we have the mercenary, the assassin, the culprit, the sadistic, notorious, infamous, legendary, cunning, conniving, menacing, diabolical, coercive, evil, Kano, In stark contrast to Raiden, his wardrobe can be removed, or I guess you can say his vest can be removed. His muscle tones, his biceps, accentuate his physical prowess. His elbows do not appear to be double jointed. He can move his arms outwards and inwards at your own discretion. He lacks an ab crunch. He lacks an ankle pivot. His legs are on a hinge, so they can be adjusted to your preference. They're also relegated to ratchets, so they can only move so far back and so far forward, which is a real shame and a real pity, but it doesn't bother me too much. I'm not going to really tamper with their joints or place them into uncanny dynamic poses. His joints are relatively sturdy. He can rotate his forearms and his biceps. They rotate together, not separately. Cohesively, this figurine is just amazing. His appearance emulates Kano's appearance from Mortal Kombat Deception. He may have cybernetic implants embedded in his head. At least it seems that way, based on the facade that he relays to the world. His knee pads, his shoes, his gloves cannot be removed. I wonder if he can swap out his hands. The fingers are somewhat clenched together so he can wield weapons, he can wield armaments. I'm not sure if I possess his corresponding accessories. I need to check. Alright, let's move on. Next we have the monk, Kang. I'm trying to recollect this character's name. What is his name? It's not Quan Chi. Does it begin with an L? My memory is diminishing. It's beginning to atrophy. I cannot recall his name at the moment. He's one of the monks. I could look up later. Nonetheless, I love the attire he's adorned with. His epidermis is showing. But that's how he's supposed to appear. His skin is illuminated in the light. I don't have too much. I do not have too much light in this room, so it's arduous to showcase his skin illuminated by light in this video. Let's move on. His face is practically unscathed. It's practically in mint and pristine condition. His hat can apparently be removed. It can be utilized to sever his adversaries. It can dismember his adversaries. It can rip them to shreds. He can pummel his adversaries to death. He can beat them to bloody pulp. He's an ally of Liu Kang. I would have preferred if his fingers were fully clenched together rather than being semi-clenched together, but at least they're not opened. He can rotate at the waist. His face is not gaunt. He has a masculine figure, to say the least. His joints are somewhat flimsy. The integrity of his joints has been partially compromised. What a shame, what a pity, woe was me, but there's nothing I can really do to remedy the situation at the moment. I'm not going to invest my time into refining and augmenting my existing action figure collection. The strap for his helmet seems to be a bit scuffed. Some paint is missing. Nonetheless, I love his sculpt, I love his hues, I love his aesthetics, I love his shadings, I love his textures, I love his paint applications. This is just an unbelievable figurine. These figurines are ineffable. I cannot elucidate how much I relish these figurines. They eminently appease me. Alright, next we have the one and only protagonist of the Mortal Kombat series, Liu Kang, the monk. He looks akin to Bruce Lee. He stands roughly 6 inches tall, so these action figures coincide eminently well with a 6 to 7 inch prodigious action figure collection. Their appearances emulate their appearances in the Mortal Kombat video games. They're just spectacular figurines, to say the least. His appearance is not impaired by scuffs nor scratches. I love how there's spikes protruding out of his forearm guards. What a nifty feature, right? His fingers are also semi-clenched together, just like his brethren and comrade. These characters are seen within the Shaolin Monks video game. They're also featured in Mortal Kombat Deception, Mortal Kombat 9, and I believe that they make cameo appearances in Mortal Kombat X or Mortal Kombat 10. Actually, to take a step further, I believe they're playable characters in all of those aforementioned games. In MKX, they each have 3 unique fighting styles that they can leverage to ravage their adversaries. Liu Kang is a stoic, noble, audacious, heroic, valiant, glorious warrior, to say the least. I love his muscle tones. They're well defined. He looks masculine. He looks like he possesses physical prowess. Is he hot-headed? Is he agitated? No, he's relatively calm and strategic. Finally, we have the one and only mentor of Liu Kang, Nightwolf. Actually, I'm unsure if he's the mentor of Liu Kang or not, or one of his mentors. It's an enigma. Is he notorious? Is he revered? I do not know. He's a heroic character. He's an epic entity, to say the least. Why would I deem him to be epic? Well, he can materialize weapons, such as axes. At least I think he can materialize them. I'm making the arbitrary assumption that he can materialize axes. I believe it's true, but you can verify that for yourself. He's able to dismantle his adversaries. He's able to pulverize them. He's able to pummel them to death and beat them to bloody pulp. His vest cannot be removed, nor can his forearm guards. His belt cannot be adjusted either. You can place him into nearly any dynamic pose that you see fit. I love Nightwolf's demeanor. I love his persona. He's unwielding, unwavering. He will never capitulate. He will never give up. He will never succumb to surrendering. He will never concede the victory to his opponents. He will fight to the bitter end. So here's Nightwolf. Not an abysmal figurine. He's not egregious by any means. Lastly, we have the bubble wrap, which I showcased earlier. So that's the remainder of the Mortal Kombat action figure lot. These figurines, I believe, were produced by Jazzwares amid the mists of the 2000s. They may have also been churned out in the latter half of the 2000s. When I say the 2000s, I insinuate the 2000th decade, not the 2000th century. In other words, they were likely produced and churned out sometime from the year 2000 to 2009. They were released post the advent of Mortal Kombat Deception being released onto store shelves, so the earliest that they may have been released is in 2003. Perhaps they were released post 2010. I'm unsure. You can verify their release dates if you can find them. Good luck though. You would have to scour the bowels of the internet to find obscure information like that. Let me just flaunt them in front of the camera one more time. Here are the monks. Here's the divine, stupendous, illustrious, revered, meritorious god, Raiden, god of thunder. Next we have the infamous, notorious, cunning, conniving, sadistic Kano. Followed by the vigilant, valiant, heroic, noble, Nightwolf, an ally of good, apparently. So, those are some of the figurines within the lot, and then of course in my previous video I unboxed Reptile, Baraka, as well as Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and other MK figurines. So, as a totality, these figurines are just unbelievable. I have no qualms about this purchase and decision. Unfortunately, they are marred with some scratches and some scuffs that impair their appearance. Unfortunately, they lack finger joint articulation. Unfortunately, they lack diaphragm joints. Unfortunately, they cannot perform ankle pivots. Nonetheless, they're still meritorious figurines. They have peg holes embedded in the bottom of their feet. They have robust, high quality features. Why do I say this? They have high quality aesthetics, high quality hues, high quality shadings, high quality textures, high quality sculpts. I love their deco. I love their designs. These are just intricate, visually appealing, posable figurines. They can be placed into nearly any dynamic pose that you can conceive. So, if you have a wild imagination, then these figurines will be able to cater to it and live up to your expectations. These figurines are just ineffable. Perhaps I'm exaggerating a bit, but I can't elucidate their epicness in words. Words cannot vindicate the epicness of these figurines, so I'm done. I'm done reiterating myself. Sorry if I stuttered. I'm done reiterating myself. I relish Mortal Kombat figurines. They eminently appease me. They appeal to my niche interests. If you're disinterested in MK figurines, then you may want to forgo the opportunity to buy them. However, if you're an avid devout Mortal Kombat fan, then I recommend and advocate procuring these figurines via eBay on the second-hand market when you get the opportunity to do so. Buy them at your own discretion, or forgo buying them. It's up to you. Implement decisions based on your own volition. Optimize the happiness within your finite life. Presently, I'm buoyant, I'm jubilant, I'm gratified, I'm content, I'm optimistic. I love the fact that I can acquire hunks of plastic of video game characters that I look up to and that I revel in seeing in action. Do you relish seeing these characters in action, or would you deem them to just be inanimate hunks of plastic that are lifeless? If you have an imagination, then they're so much more vibrant and animated than they appear. I mean, you can even create intricate, novel, robust, enthralling, engrossing stop-motion videos by utilizing these figurines as your cast members. They also don't command a salary. You don't have to contract with these figurines to employ them in your videos. They're not independent contractors. They're not self-employed. But if you're willing to make a stop motion video, then they'll work for you. As long as you're willing to do practically all the work. However, you can outsource the bounce to your figurines by taking one picture at a time. Then you can consolidate everything together to formulate your own stop motion video of your Mortal Kombat figurines engaging in brawls against one another. But I may do that in the future, not now. For now, I'll desist and abstain from creating stop motion videos, but stay tuned for more epic videos appertaining to action figure unboxings. I'm relieved these action figures alleviate stress in my life. I love taking a gander at these figurines. I love becoming entrenched in the Mortal Kombat universe. So, no major complaints for me. I hope that you deem this video to be gratifying and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.